Hey guys, welcome back to C is for Quads. Today we actually have two quads, two Hondas. First one is red. It is a Foreman. It is I don't know, it's like a Foreman 500, I think. We're doing axles in the front today. I believe the front, this one was removed. It was bad, and it's been kind of driving like a three-wheeled Fargo grain truck in a bumpy field for a while. You can't steer it, is what I'm saying. We're gonna do some axles in this. And then we got a little Honda 90. I don't know, something with the starter doesn't engage, something. Maybe needs a carb tune. Maybe we're gonna figure it out. Let's do it. Put this on the hoist, but I think I'm gonna lift the front up. I don't know. Is that crazy? Probably. How am I gonna do that? I don't know. Somehow. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to lifting the front of this up. Maybe you're thinking, hey, guy with the mustache and dirty brown coat, why not just use a jack stand and lift the front wheels a little off the ground? Well, it's because I have a hoist. And so I'm going to use it. So I'm going to use it. All right. Let's do it. All right, so I just knocked the wheel off on this side. As you can tell, there is still, this part of it, which feels just terrible. I'm gonna maybe take the other side out so that I can figure out how it was all done. Okay, friends, I just kind of looked at it a bit more. Now, where this spline goes into the diff, it's just a little spring, a little tension spring that's going to hold that in place. So if it was all one piece, like it probably was at one time, we're going to take that axle, the whole thing, yank on it, and it just comes out. Now, we got them Bluetooth axles here. They're not around. They're gone. And all that's left is, I don't know, axle shaft end. The splines in there. So I'm going to have to figure out how to yank on that enough that it's going to come out and it's just going to be that spring. The other half is still in here. We're going to have to take off this nut and that'll slide off, but to get the new one on, probably going to have to take lower control arm off, or maybe just the upper control arm and this spring shock mount. It'll all whoop, and we should be able to whoop and so where to start? Maybe get this out of the way and then yank this. A little bit of practice before we get to the other side, which will be easier. I'll show us how to do that really easy, I'm sure. Wheel in the Sky by Journey was just playing and I had to pause it, but Okay, this is the side that still has the axle in. Let's just drop you a bit here. Whoop. Lower control arms off. I can swing up or out enough that, okay, cool. Now I got myself an axle. Now this should just kind of, just like that. Looks like the spring stayed in there. It's right here. You do not want that spring left behind. There it is. So this side was easy because the axle obviously is in my hands. This one's not terrible. I would say let's keep it for a spare. This is a working quad, you never know. If you need to get out of a bind, this one is good enough. Let's go to the other side and try and get that off. Alrighty. That time I had to interrupt life in the fast lane. Eagles. Probably their best song. So I got it out. Now the diff is actually, it's a straight through design. You can see right through it. I'll show you in a sec. So with the other side out, I just put punch through this side, hammer it out. Boop, it's in my hand. Let's show you what I'm talking about. See that? Straight through. Now make sure when you punch straight. Right? You don't want to mess up any of those teeth. This one's out. Let's put some new ones in. All right, over here we got our new ones. These are all balls. 6-ball heavy-duty axle. Does it tell us where they're made? Probably China. I don't want to say for sure. Yeah, they're China axles, but everything is. I'm going to throw a little bit of grease in and around these splines. It might tell you to do something very specific if you read a Honda owner's manual or service manual, shop manual. I don't have one of those, and I think they wanted. Usually you can get a free manual online, but I couldn't find one. Doesn't matter. Right? Put a whole shitload of grease on there. Let's pop her in. I did end up hanging this because it was an annoyance. So, kind of the opposite of going in. Gotta clean up this a bit. Nice and straight. And then make sure you're all lined up. Good and straight. Pop her in. Now, keep the castle nut on the end here so you got something to hit. It's going to be sicker than a kickflip when it's done, let me tell you. Now, kind of the opposite of taking it apart, we're going to put it together. Again, I don't know if Honda recommends something, but we're not. But surely this is not going to hurt anything. Right? Right. Right? Absolutely. If anything, it'll just spin too fast. That's not true. That's impossible. Bring her down in. Hello. Drop that lower control arm in. Now we're hooting and hollering. Look at us. Look at us. Hub. Look at that. Look at that. I don't know what voice that was, but. So I'm going to put on, what am I going to put on? Put the caliper back on. I'm gonna throw this back on. Then we're gonna go the other side. And then this is done. And that wasn't hard. Look at us go. I mean, that was easy. I think, you know, if you're doing this, you might, the hardest part is, you know, how do those axles come out? You honestly just pull. It's just that little spring clip. But these are both brand new. It should steer better than a bobsled and a straight friggin' slide now. Before, oh, geez, you just did what it wanted. And I know the guys who are riding it were like, oh, it's fine. And should be good. They'll have 4-wheel drive now. This is another one done. Next episode, and what I'm going to dive into right now is back here. Well, I'll take you back there. I'll show you. So next episode will be this little Honda 90. I'm going to dive into it right now, but we'll split the episodes up. It just, well, it doesn't do much. I think we had to be pull starting it. When you pull start it, didn't run great. So the younger folks in the family want this going. So I better get it going. This will probably be next week's episode. I'm going to dive into it now, though. Yeah, so I guess we'll see you then. We'll see you next Tuesday. Yeah, boy, it really just doesn't do anything. Okay. All right.